Welcome to County Report This Week. I'm Sonia Berg. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll remember our county's fallen officers at a memorial service in Gaithersburg. And later, we'll introduce you to this year's Montgomery Serves Award winners. But first, the latest on the budget. When the recession hit Montgomery County back in 2008, there were dozens of agencies that faced deep cuts. The county's libraries took some of the biggest hits with a 28% reduction in funding during those years. As the economy has slowly recovered, so has the budget for the public libraries. And the bottom line, library hours at the majority of county libraries have been restored to pre-recession levels. Susan Kennedy has the story.
And tell you that this council remains committed to our libraries.
This year's budget calls for a 5% increase in spending for county libraries. That translates into close to $2 million more in funding.
What we want to do is make sure we can continue to build our libraries back up. They suffered some serious cuts during the recession. And so looking at restoring not only the hours, but tying those directly into staffing, but also looking at increasing our library collection, making sure that folks continue to see the diversity that's reflected in the community. And so those are all priorities for us.
The additional funding includes $560,000 for high-demand resources like DVDs, children's materials, ebooks, and foreign language materials. Hours are also being restored to pre-recession levels at most libraries. Councilmember Rice says those decisions are being made on a case-by-case basis.
We're trying to strategize on where we've seen the continued growth in terms of those populations utilizing those libraries, and so those have typically been the priorities, but we certainly want to make sure that all of our community feels that they have libraries that are doing what they need to and giving them the services they need. So we'll continue to work with the Director of Libraries, Parker Hamilton, to make sure that we continue to give her what she needs to be responsive to the community wants.
And concerns about a decline in library use here in Montgomery County have proven to be unfounded.
2, 1.
Rice says the council will continue to invest in the county's library infrastructure.
The libraries aren't going anywhere. They continue to be community hubs. They continue to be places for people to retool themselves, continue to be research places as well as safe havens for some of our kids. All of these things matter and will never change. Those will always be why our libraries are important to our community.
In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Affordable housing continues to be a top priority for county officials. This week, over 400 community leaders and housing advocates gathered at the North Bethesda Marriott and Conference Center for the 24th Annual Housing Conference. Lorna Virgili joins us with more. Lorna?
Sonia, the 24th Annual Montgomery County Affordable Housing Conference focused on 2 additional items: jobs and transit. And as U.S. Labor Secretary Tom Perez said here, this conference is about the Purple Line.
Linking transportation, linking housing, linking investment in workers and workforce, understanding that when we have all of those fortified links on a chain, that's how we create opportunity. That's how we create mobility. And that is why, by the way, the Purple Line is so dadgum important for this region, because we got to build that Purple Line.
Housing, transit, and jobs as foundation for a strong economy. That was the overall message during the 24th Annual Affordable Housing Conference of Montgomery County. County Executive Ike Liggett has been a strong supporter of adding more affordable housing in the county. Over 15,000 affordable units in the last few years of his administration.
We cannot look at housing in an isolated vacuum. You have to think about jobs, you have to think about transportation, you have to think about all the things that help in a holistic way a family and individual to achieve the level of housing and support that they need. And I think the Secretary provided a good overview of how all of those things work together.
Every year, the conference gathers housing authority directors from the Washington region, developers, finance and housing professionals, and elected officials.
Affordable housing is one of the most critical issues facing Montgomery Countyans as well as other people across the United States. It is the most important issue. A roof and 4 walls and the services that come together for housing people who want to help themselves and for building a strong middle class.
The conference focuses on expanding and improving affordable housing options through education, advocacy, and collaboration through panel discussions and workshops. In Rockville, for County Report This Week, I'm Lorna Virgili.
The county's Department of Correction and Rehabilitation held its 42nd Annual Corrections Awards ceremony at the universities at Shady Grove. This year, 5 correctional officers, specialists, and other correction staff were commended for their work performance. The county's correctional system engages the inmate population in workforce development. Last year, Labor Secretary Tom Perez visited the facility to see firsthand the one-stop workshop at the county jail. Since then, the federal government has allocated an $8 million grant for other jurisdictions to replicate Montgomery's model.
We recognize the importance of our mission in public safety, our mission to the citizens of Montgomery County and keeping them safe, but we also as strongly recognize that part of our mission is 94% of all the people we touch are going to return to the streets of our community. And we take that mission to heart. We take it as a strong challenge to help people leave our system, and I think we accomplished that. Leave our system better when they walked in the door.
At his weekly briefing with reporters, Montgomery County Council President George Leventhal fielded some questions about the recent events in Baltimore, and he announced that the council plans to hold a meeting next month with Police Chief Tom Manger about policing and community relations in Montgomery County.
We have scheduled on the County Council agenda of June 9th a discussion with Chief Manger regarding community relations generally. Chief Manger, as with all the chiefs of the large counties, was involved working with Governor Hogan, the state police, the National Guard in the events in Baltimore over the last week, and of course the entire United States and the world. Eyes are on the topic of policing, the events, the terrible events over a long period of time, but especially in the last year, that gave rise to the Black Lives Matter movement. And so we want Montgomery County to be an enlightened community. We do not ever want to see racial profiling or the circumstances in Montgomery County degenerate to a place where citizens can't trust that the police will be impartial and responsive without regard to race or language or economic circumstances. And so Chief Manger will join us on June 9th for that wide-ranging conversation, and we look forward to hearing from the chief about the lessons learned over the course of the last year and how he wants to continue to bring enlightened leadership to Montgomery County's police department.
You can watch the Council President's weekly briefing in its entirety on the mymcmedia.org website. The Montgomery County Police Department held its Fallen Heroes Memorial Service at the Public Safety Headquarters this week. The ceremony pays tribute to 19 police officers and sheriff deputies who have lost their lives in the line of duty in Montgomery County.
We're inspired by them. Every day, police officers choose to do the right thing when no one is looking. They choose to stand up for people who can't stand up for themselves. Police officers don't do it for the fame or recognition. We do it to honor the lives of the brave men and women whose names are engraved on these walls.
It is difficult for families, so I want to acknowledge and thank the families for your support and your steadfast involvement in this process. We can never say enough or do enough for those who've lost a loved one, but I thank you for the sacrifices you have made each and every day.
The service is held annually to coincide with National Police Week and to continue remembering those who have served. Dr. Paul Vance, Montgomery County Public School Superintendent from 1991 through 1999, has died. Dr. Vance, the first African American to serve as MCPS superintendent, always remained focused on setting high expectations for all students. After retiring from MCPS, Dr. Vance continued his role in public service, serving as the Washington, D.C. Superintendent of Schools from 2000 to 2003. He later served as the president of the Montgomery County NAACP and was a member of the University System of the Maryland Board of Regents. During Dr. Vance's tenure, he oversaw a significant period of change in the demographics of the school system as minority student enrollment grew from 10 to 45%. Coming up on County Report this week, we'll take you to a disaster drill at the campus of Montgomery College. And we'll visit Takoma Park, where a dedication ceremony was recently held for former Mayor Sam Abbott. Don't go away. County Report This Week returns right after this short break.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonia Burke. Earthquakes and other natural disasters can strike without warning. Take a look how Montgomery College students are preparing to react and respond in the event of an emergency.
An earthquake hits our area. Thousands are injured. Chaos ensues. This was the mass casualty simulated at Montgomery College to prepare health science students respond as a team, make decisions, and perform under stress.
Give me my medication. For me, it felt real because in the real world, you really have no idea what is going to go on. So the whole idea was to make a simulation of how, if there was a mass casualty event, how would we as nurses react? How would our patients react? And so there was no prompts or anything. We were given roles. We came in, and then based on the triaging of our patients, that's how we were going to take care of them. Organized chaos is definitely the best way to put it, because when it comes to life events, you can never plan it. But then the only way you can handle it is to prepare for it.
The objective was to bring our students together to work as a team in a disaster situation. And it's just wonderful to know that Montgomery College has these resources that we can share with our students. We're extremely fortunate. And after today, I know that our students will be taking excellent care of us in the community.
We had all of our students from the various programs involved, and we used equipment from everywhere, so that, especially the portable units for ultrasound and x-ray, so that the nursing students can see, and so they may experience some things here that maybe they haven't yet. And just like with our simulation lab, we much rather do it in a controlled environment where you're allowed to make mistakes.
A drill of this magnitude is not planned overnight. MC had the model of a neighboring college.
I went up to Hagerstown and saw how they did it, and then I brought them here we had a luncheon with a couple of the disciplinary people, and they gave us ideas on how to organize such an event. So this is first try.
For County Report This Week, I'm Carolina Galeano.
If you're enjoying this spring weather, you're not alone. Montgomery County Police warn spring temperatures provide new opportunities for thieves. Corporal Rebecca Innocenti explains.
One of our most common crimes in Montgomery County is theft from vehicles, and certainly when the weather becomes nice, people are leaving their windows open, leaving their doors unlocked, going to public parks, going hiking, running, and they're leaving their cars unlocked and again those windows open. So what we're asking people and reminding people is to lock your cars, roll up those windows before you go and enjoy the spring weather, because again, suspects often target these places like parking lots, areas where people hike, knowing that people are going to leave their windows down, going to leave their doors unlocked, and again, go in and take your valuables.
Potential homebuyers are invited to attend the Asian American Homeownership Counseling Incorporated Spring Homebuyer Education Workshop and Resource Day on Saturday, May 16th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Springbrook High School in Silver Spring. The workshop will bring the home buying process under one roof, including lenders, realtors, insurance, and local government representatives. Some of the topics include government and non-government homebuyer assistance programs. For more information, go to the website and click on the RSVP link or contact contact AAHC at 301-760-7636. The city of Takoma Park recently honored former mayor and activist Sam Abbott with a plaque dedication ceremony at the Sam Abbott Citizens Center. Residents, former city officials, city staff, family, and friends of Abbott all came out to share their experiences with the former mayor, and they spoke about his impact on Takoma Park and beyond. His daughter Nancy Abbott was instrumental in organizing this event.
It's a very nice, solid work, a lot of narrative that will tell people who are new to the city of what the city's roots are. That is engagement, civic engagement, participatory democracy, an ability to see outside the box, even outside the jurisdiction, to think globally, act locally. We'll be able to see that there was a period of time when that became institutionalized.
While we have made great progress politically and socially, there's still so much that we haven't done. And Sammy represented that drive that we have to keep struggling. There's no letting up.
After I'd been out of the country for about 5 years, came back, and it was a very tumultuous period in Central America. So I was very much involved with the immigrants that were arriving and the sanctuary movement. And Takoma Park led the way in creating a safe harbor for a lot of my fellow Salvadorans.
To be able to bring everybody together who worked with him, including the mayor and the council and the citizens of Takoma Park, and to have them all go through the various causes and efforts that he did to make our city and our community better just turned out to be a wonderful night.
I hope that the older people who remember and created this history will continue in their agency and their sense of activism, but I also hope that new generations will find their voice and will come out, will use the technology for the purpose of driving social change, speaking to each other, coming out face to face.
1, 2, 3.
Coming up on County Report this week, we'll preview the Taste of Rockville, which takes place later this month at the Hometown Holidays Music Festival. And the Gaithersburg Book Festival is just around the corner. We'll talk to a featured author about her latest book. Stay with us. County Report this week is coming right back.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going.
Recycle more now.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Sonia Burke. The biggest Memorial Day party this side of the Chesapeake is Rockville's Hometown Holidays, and you won't want to miss it. There'll be games, music, and of course, delicious food. This year, Rockville is giving you a taste of all their most popular restaurants right in one spot. Here's Rockville 11's Chloe Leschnor with more.
With Memorial Day weekend and Hometown Holidays right around the corner, it's time for residents to get a taste of Rockville.
And the Taste of Rockville, which is part of the whole event, includes 25 restaurants selling tastes of their food. So if there's a restaurant you've been wanting to try and you just haven't done it yet, you can come and try the food from that restaurant, and hopefully you'll go back and become a regular customer. Or it's also a way to learn about some restaurants that you might not even know existed.
The annual event is presented by the Rockville Chamber of Commerce and Community Ministries of Rockville, an organization that works to improve the lives of those in need.
Everybody who comes and enjoys the food that day, they're helping to support all those services that we provide to over 5,000 people in this community every year.
Dawson's Market and La Tosca are just two of the vendors that will be returning.
We love it. It's a great event. You get to get out there in front of the community. We get to show off. We're very proud of our prepared foods department, and it's a great opportunity for us to show off what we can do.
For the owners and all the managers, staff, we feel privileged to be here.
Tickets for the food are $1.25, and each food item costs anywhere from 1 to 5 tickets. Be sure to stay full while enjoying everything that Hometown Holidays has to offer.
Hometown Holidays is a tradition in the city of Rockville. It is always held on Memorial Day weekend, the Saturday and Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. And this year that is May 23rd and May 24th. And the hours are 12 noon to 9 in the evening for the Taste of Rockville, and 2 in the afternoon to 10 in the evening for the music and the children's rides and some of the other activities. It's just a great way to come out, to be part of a community, to see your neighbors and other folks you know from Rockville, and to have a lot of fun.
For more information on Hometown Holidays and Taste of Rockville, go to rockvillemd.gov/HTH.
Summer is just a few weeks away, and joining us in the studio to talk about the county's popular summer camps program is Recreation Director Gabe Albernez. Gabe, is it too late to sign up for the county's summer camps?
It's not too late to sign up for camps. We have a wonderful array of camp opportunities this summer. Many of them are full, but many of them are not. And so families can find out more about our camps. Our camps range from sports-based activities to arts camps, Legos, you name it. And our camps run for ages between 5 and 18 years old. And some of our camps run from 7 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock in the evening. And so they're very convenient for working families. And so you can find out more information about our camps also on our website, which is montgomerycountymd.gov/rec.
Thanks for joining us, Gabe.
Thank you.
Do you like to bike? Well, Bike to Work Day is scheduled for May 15th, and there will be 15 pit stops in Montgomery County. More than 10,000 area commuters are expected to participate in this celebration of bicycling as a fun and healthy way to get to work. Cyclists are encouraged to register online for this event. Montgomery County Commuter Services is sponsoring morning pit stops in Bethesda, Falls Grove Village Center, Friendship Heights, North Bethesda, Rockville Town Center, and Silver Spring. There's even a raffle, and you could win a bicycle. You can find out more about Bike to Work Day online. It's time to check that medicine cabinet for expired or unwanted prescription drugs. The Drug Take Back Day will take place on May 30th, and it's part of an effort to prevent the increasing problems of prescription drug abuse and theft that continue to occur. These events are safe, free, and anonymous opportunities to dispose of unused, unwanted, or expired prescription drugs. Authorities are interested in medications containing controlled substances, but will accept any drugs brought for disposal. The idea is to avoid residents flushing them and contaminating water sources or placing them in the trash where they can be ingested by animals or a person. Drug Take Back Day is scheduled for May 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Rockville City Police Department, located at 2 West Montgomery Avenue. Chevy Chase resident and best-selling author Sarah Pakatan has a new book out this month entitled Things You Won't Say, and she'll be talking about that book at the Gaithersburg Book Festival on Saturday, May 16th.
There are a lot of times when we don't say the things we really need to people that we love, and that's a big theme in this book. It's what we're thinking versus what we reveal.
How excited are you for readers to take a look?
I can't wait. This is the best part. You know, as an author, you live with the characters and the story in your head for a year, and it's very solitary. You're alone with your computer, and then when the book comes out and people read it, then it really starts living and breathing. Then it becomes very real. So communicating with readers, either on social media, through email, at book festivals like Gaithersburg Book Festival, that is a high point of the whole process.
For more information about Sarah's upcoming appearance at the Gaithersburg Book Festival and all the other authors, visit the event's website at gaithersburgbookfestival.org. Coming up next on County Report This Week, we'll introduce you to some extraordinary people who were recently honored for their dedication and service. Stay with us. County Report This Week is coming right back.
Montgomery College President Dr. Darian Pollard received the 2015 Emerging Leader Award by the American Association of Community Colleges. She was honored for developing a new mission and a bold strategic plan for creating partnerships and for implementing a new academic structure. MC's Enactus team finished second in their division and 17th overall out of 180 institutions at the Enactus National Exposition in St. Louis. The competition challenged students to develop projects that improve the livelihoods of people in need. Nationally recognized journalists Koki and Steve Roberts will receive honorary degrees and speak at MC's annual commencement ceremony when the class of 2015 is honored on May 22nd. You can watch the ceremony live online at montgomerycollege.edu/commencement.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonia Burke. Montgomery County Executive Isaiah Leggett presented awards to several outstanding volunteers at the 4th Annual Montgomery Serves Awards. MyMC Media's Alini Barros joins us with more. Alini?
That's right, Sonia. It was a night to celebrate the individuals and businesses that made a difference in the community. To commemorate National Volunteer Month, county residents and local organizations were honored for their community service at an event held at Imagination Stage in Bethesda.
It is indeed an honor for us to honor those who helped make Montgomery County what it is today. We are a very diverse and really an exceptional community. But there's no amount of money, there's no amount of time that we could spend as elected officials to do all the things that we need to do to bring us together as a community, to enhance us in so many good and varied ways. We could not do that without volunteers.
The county's Volunteer Center took its time to honor those with extraordinary stories. The Youth Award was given to this Winston Churchill High School junior who has more than 530 hours of community service.
You can help in any way possible. So just go out into your community and say volunteer at a soup kitchen, or you can join any organization that your parents know, or perhaps maybe your parents' friends. Everyone has connections somewhere, and you can always start somewhere, and I think no matter how small it is, you can always make a change.
The Individual Community Service Award went to Darren Duvall, honoring his 2 decades serving lunch to homeless people. And former Congressman Michael Barnes received this year's World of Montgomery Public Citizen of the Year Award.
When I was a boy here, a lot of the people here wouldn't have been allowed in any restaurant, any movie theater, any bowling alley. This community has come a long way.
The night's message was clear.
If you have the niche to help, please come out and do so.
If you want to find out where you can volunteer, visit the Montgomery County Volunteer Center website. For County Report This Week, I'm Alini Barros.
Kathy Stanhope joins us now from the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center to tell us when is the best time to come to the center. Kathy?
As you can see here at Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center, we have playtime, and this is our small dog playtime right now, and they are having a blast. They are having fun, they are becoming socialized, and this is a good way for you to get to know what kind of animal you might be adopting. So when you come visit us, see if you can come at playtime and you get a good idea of what the animal is like. Always give us a call at 240-773-5900 for more information, or you can visit us on the web at Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center.gov.
With that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. We leave you with a look at the changing face of Montgomery College's Germantown campus. I'm Sonia Burke. Thank you for watching.